Hey there, everyone. This is Samsarah Morgan. I'm the Executive Director of the Oakland Better Birth Foundation. And I wanted to have a chat with you this rainy Monday morning with regard to sleeping with your baby, and how to do that in a way that is safe and beneficial and meeting the needs of your baby as well as the new parent's need for sleep and connection with their newborn. Um, Very recently, I was out taking Bart with my grandchild, and we came upon a billboard um, at MacArthur Bart. And this billboard filled me with a great deal of concern. And the billboard was sponsored by a lot of pretty noteworthy folks. And they basically, the billboard says to share a room with your baby, but don't share a bed with your baby. And it had a picture of a male-female couple snuggled up in the bed and their baby kind of pushed to the side in a co-sleeper situation. Co-sleepers are fine, but I also was a little alarmed at this kind of broad statement about sleeping with your baby when there's quite a bit of solid science, not to mention history, not to mention issues of being hereditary issues of being a primate on the planet, that says that it's really important for a newborn baby to have skin-to-skin contact with its mother or a close family member for as much as possible, especially in that very first year of life. And we as primates need to maintain close, healthy physical contact with other safe human beings our whole lives long in order to be healthy, in order for our bodies to function well, our immune system, our neurology. People who were touched more are healthier than people who were touched less. People in loving relationships, loving family bonds are healthier, live longer. There was a Stanford men's study that followed a group of men for quite a few years, and at the end of the day found out that it was not a matter of position in the community, even finances or money, but at the end of the day, the men who had healthy, life-sustaining connections with other human beings, wives, children, good friends, lived longer, happier lives. So here we are at the very beginning of life, and we have this public health statement that is, in fact, my concern was that it would frighten parents from sleeping with their kids. Now, I'm going to be really kind and say and understand that there is a problem in our world right now. There is a problem in our community, many problems that might lead to issues evidencing themselves in families that could cause for, say, a parent to roll over onto their baby when they're sleeping. So the big, I'm assuming the big public health statement is to just say, okay, we just tell everybody not to sleep with their baby, and then we don't have to worry about this. That might take care of that initial problem in the short term, but the long-term effects of children being denied skin-to-skin contact with their parents and the long-term effects of this makes breastfeeding almost impossible. Because the absolute biology of breastfeeding is that you're with your baby, you're all snuggled up together, oxytocin is flowing, the love hormone flows between mother and child, baby gets drowsy, mommy gets drowsy, they fall asleep together. You know, there's a lot of good science talking about how breastfeeding mamas get more rest and recover from childbirth more efficiently than mamas who do not breastfeed. So on the one hand, we have big public health pushes trying to encourage moms to breastfeed. You can now get your breast pump at WIC and all these other things. But at the same breath, we're going to tell mamas that, okay, well, don't fall asleep with your baby, don't sleep with your baby. Very confusing, very mixed messages, very troubling for people. Postpartum parents are already so maxed out, and and so unsupported in so many ways. It's not like, every family is, some families are single moms. They don't have a second person to hand the baby off to so they can get some sleep. The baby can rest with grandma and grandpa or dad while the mom gets a snooze. Could be a mom all alone with her baby in her apartment. Okay, so I think it's really important to take the time for us to look at the things that might get in the way and make sleeping with your baby unsafe, and the things that moms can do, families can do to make sure that that there are no hazards. And the most obvious things are to make sure that mom is in a state where she's awake and aware, and can feel herself, can feel her baby. She's not over medicated. She's not struggling with addictions and other things that would make her issues, maybe sleep problems, that cause her to sleep so soundly that she wouldn't feel herself rolling onto her baby. And that's not every mom. Actually, most moms report being hyper alert and hyper aware of their babies when they're close to them, when they're in bed with them. A brand new mom is like a tracking mechanism with her newborn, and so it would be very unlikely for her to not realize that her baby's right there, and to roll over onto her baby accidentally. But there are situations and conditions that might get in the way, and it's important for folks to know what those situations and conditions are. There are the type of bedding that you have on your bed, all kinds of things. I'm not going to take all the time breaking that down, but I want folks to know that information is out there. Any Google search on safe sleeping will give you some good pointers on how to arrange your bed space so that sleeping with your baby is free from any kind of hazard. For sure, if you're a parent who's struggling with addictions, please seek recovery help. If you're actively using, or if you've imbibed even alcohol, marijuana, any intoxicant, you might want to consider whether you want to sleep with your baby, and choose not to. Choose err on the side of caution rather than grievous error, right? Please take a look at the work of Dr. James McKenna. Dr. James McKenna is quite the expert on sleeping with babies. He is with the Mother-Baby Sleep Laboratory in Notre Dame. Google his name, James McKenna, JamesMcKenna, and read everything that he has to say about the studies that he and his group have done. What is safe sleeping with your baby? He can tell you the incredibly important benefits of sleeping safely with your baby. How this is something that we should do as opposed to trying to avoid not doing. I cannot recommend his work more highly. I just got a couple of his books and has been doing some reading. I'm in the process of doing some sleep certification studies for myself. So I have even more information on board than what I have from 37 years of being a doula and doing a bunch of other stuff. But I think the most important thing that I want to do right now, I do plan to do some more community education on this subject and have community speak out on the importance of skin to skin and attachment parenting with our children, for sure in that first year of life, but their whole life long. They need to be bonded with us emotionally, spiritually, physically, psychologically, and it's from that bond with us that they then extrapolate who they are and go forth into the world to be the people that they are meant to be. But we're the root. Their parents, their community, the people who love them, and the people who are safe to be with them have to be first. And for sure, a healthy, solid breastfeeding bond requires so much skin to skin, especially in that first trimester. Right after the baby is born, a little baby's brain is nowhere near being developed. That process of the brain finishing goes on for the first 2 years of the baby's life. So the American Pediatric Association now recommends, and we all know, babies should breastfeed for as long as possible, 2 years if you can. That'd be great if you could. Also, take a look at the American Pediatric Association's safe sleeping guidelines. They kind of err way on the side of safety too, but they have really solid guidelines that they don't say keep the baby away from you or never sleep with the baby, but educate yourself as a parent as to what those guidelines are and make the modifications necessary so that sleeping with your baby can be a safe thing. Being close with your baby, breastfeeding your little one should be enjoyable. You know, in my belief system, the Creator is very smart, and the Creator made this process to be mostly very pleasant. That way mommies would want to be close to their babies, and babies do want to be close to their moms. Families do want to be snuggled up together. Oxytocin's a wonderful bonding agent. It helps us to, you know, lay claim to each other in a positive way and take care of each other as a family and hopefully as a community, hopefully as a tribe. I'm going to be speaking more about this. Please feel free to keep an eye on our Facebook page. You can follow us on the internet at oaklandbetterbirthfoundation.com. Again, my name is Samsarah Morgan. I'm the executive director. I am a birth and postpartum doula and other wonderful things here in the East Bay. Please feel free to get in touch with me. Ask me your safe sleeping questions, and I'll be happy to be as much help to you as possible. Okay? Look up Dr. McKenna. Check out the American Pediatric Association. Look up the wonderful folks at Attachment Parenting International. Great folks. Let's hold our babies close. Keep your babies close. Love each other. Be good to each other. I'll be in touch with you soon. Bye-bye.